Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Rule the Waves as Russia. So there seems to be a bit of a break in the construction going on outside, but if noises once again start up, I'm apologizing for that right now. So we have a few more names that I'm going to add to battlecruisers. I have them on a list ready to go, so you have not been forgotten. But I'm really excited about this series again. Like this, the Naval Disarmament Treaty has actually reinvigorated my enthusiasm. It just adds such an interesting an interesting complexity to the game, yeah. Because our ships are pretty cheap to build, we can get the next one. So let's actually just build the next ship. So we want the Kinburn. I guess we can't get the Ismail. Yeah. It's kind of nice to have that we can effectively cheat by up to 10%, but I think it's a little bit realistic that you don't cheat by exactly 10% every time, although probably the AI does the exact same thing. So this one's going to be the Mal 39. I have a list of names so we can get these in. And there's the noise. Okay, fine. Didn't last long enough, but I'm just going to see how this recording goes. Hopefully things are still I'm just trying to see how much noise this is making for you guys. Maybe not that much. So hopefully it's just really minor background noise. Quite annoying, but that's okay. Well, we have better industrial stuff. We have more advances. Battle Turnaway. I've still never used this. I don't even know where it's possible to use this. Okay. So since we're at peace, I guess the only thing to do is to keep pushing on. Okay, quality 0, 12-inch guns. That's actually significant. So it looks like we'll have to replace our Staffy class again. Get them with slightly better 12-inch guns. I think it's worth doing. It's still early enough, even though the dreadnoughts are all popping out, that having a 12-inch gun which is capable of penetrating and slightly better at range, it's probably good to do. Let's do it before we start building the new battlecruisers. No, actually, you know what? We're going to wait, because that'll only take about 4 months. It's much better for us to get the battlecruisers first, because those are going to take longer to build. And even if we're right at the cusp of war, I can quickly upgrade those. Yes, so let's take gyro stabilizers. Going to help our fire control a bit. And we got ladder shooting as well. Jeez. This is my lucky day. Circulation augmenter. I'm not sure if this is an engine upgrade. Machinery? Yeah, it is. Slender hull girders. Well, that would be hull. And we're having problems with both those. Quadruple turrets, that's okay. Our endgame ship will probably still be the same thing, the quadruple triple design. Okay, good. Good, because of France. Yes, fantastic. You don't always want to fight the same nation over and over again, but there's probably some basis in reality for that. That tensions build, especially if you have an incomplete war, which we did. Things are left unsettled. Yeah, I can see why we would go back to war with them. Let's set my intel to high with Japan, because obviously they are a prime target. I really want to try to get them involved in a war. Let's also begin building a few more ships. So I'm going to do these like this. So the next one we have is the McStabman. And I think we have enough to build one more. Let's do it. And this one is... Okay, so I'm going to start giving people second names as well. This should only be done when the old ship is scrapped. But... because the Molotov is still here. But I think it's okay. We'll just call him Molotov 2, stuff like that. And I think Molotov did request a new battlecruiser. So I said that people can shift commands, but you know what? Let's not even worry about shifting commands. I'll just give you 2 shifts. It doesn't matter to me. Okay, shipbuilding. I mean, this is well beyond what we will ever build. So we no longer have to worry about dock size. Again, I apologize if that noise in the background is coming in. Wow, so everyone's just giving us technology everywhere suddenly. Increased endurance is great. So that means we'll be forced to port a lot less often. Triple torpedo mounts. This is also really important. I know that we are using a lot of our budget right now on battle cruisers, but as soon as we can get like 5 or 6 battle cruisers, I'll probably stop building battle cruisers, and I'll get out our much needed destroyers. I had the same problem. Okay, wow, this is not important. This is the kind of thing I'm talking about. Sometimes when people offer you retarded technology, wait, were we offered 2-inch quality 1 guns? Because if we were, I feel really stupid for not accepting it now. Anyway, when you don't accept this, then I'm always worried that our naval gun advancement is going to happen in the wrong gun type, which is exactly what just happened. Okay, so now we have 15-inch guns, but quality -1, I would stick to 14-inch quality 0. If we can get quality 1 in something, that would be the best. Now, 3 additional battleships. Does this mean... I think we'll do it, but does it mean battle cruisers? Can we get away with battle... Yes, it does. Oh, fantastic. Okay. Oh, very good. Okay, so good. Let's actually... Whoa, come on, buddy. He gave us a budget, quote-unquote budget increase, but it's only enough for one more... Well, what we're going to do is we're going to wait until December, and then we're going to start building 3 more, because we need to save up the budget to actually build those 3. And it really is to our advantage. Okay, this is interesting, but let me finish my thought. It really is to our advantage to try to hold off on war for as long as possible, because it'll force everyone to this treaty limitation. And I feel like our design, these battle cruisers we're making, are superior. Are the superior treaty limitation ship. This is a decent design from the Austro-Hungarians. 5 6-inch guns, all center line. If they had made anything superimposed, it would be fantastic. Turret's a little bit low, but probably could have used a few more torpedo tubes. 30 mines, fire patrol. Okay. That actually... Okay, we're close to the quadruple turrets. We have medium-range submarines, and this is where submarines start to come into their own. So although I've been really not talking about doing submarines the whole entire time, from my CSA stream, that was really helpful for me to understand, like, the power points of submarines, where they're like, I don't know, their power plot, where they start to become useful. Let me check to see these guys. So they are stuck with 18-inch tubes. That's, I don't know why this is. Remember, we rebuilt them, and when I did, I deleted their old torpedoes and added new ones. So I wonder if it's just the bigger ships are allowed to have the bigger torpedo tubes, and the smaller ones get the 18-inch. It looks like that's the case now. I've never really paid attention to this, so. Okay, we gotta go about 2 more months before we have to build some stuff. Well, I would like to get... Oh, Angola's in Africa, though. Ugh. Well, let's do it anyways. Okay, so... Damn, that's not good. We got quadruple turrets. We have superimposed turrets on... Well, heavy cruisers are kind of done for, right? So it's not super important. And yep, we have to get tonnage to foreign stations. But hey, you know what? We do have these Flora classes, and it's also been I've also been informed, or at least the thread on the forum has made it known that putting your raiding ships into the correct sea zones does make a difference. So let's that sound has been killed. Thank you, God. Let's get not the Tomislav, but let's get the Opriknik and Posadnik. That's probably all we need, actually. And move these guys down to West Africa. I'm assuming it's West Africa. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so far so good. That should be taken care of. Actually, what we can do is we can put one of our other floors to foreign station, which will just satisfy this requirement technically, although I won't actually do it. Okay, we have to be very careful about France as well. Because remember, we want to have this treaty last for as long as possible. Now it's December. Okay, the construction's back up. That sucks, but that's okay. So we need 3 more of these guys. And that was what we were waiting for. And I think we'll get the Rimnik to be renamed Desdomingo 2. So the Desdomingo 2. And those are all, so if you're missing a name and you want it to be in here, just send a little comment at this video or the next video, whenever, and I'll get you in. Because those are all the names I had kind of taken out of the comments as I saw them. This construction's unnerving. So those guys are still probably... Wait, they're already in West Africa. Well, very good. So then, foreign station, please move back to active fleet and get yourself back to home waters. Okay, perfect timing. We did it just in time. Did that increase our budget? No. Oh, we are going to hush this up. We do not want... Is this going to drop tensions? It is. That's perfect. A 5-year security agreement with Great Britain. Wow. That is really fascinating. It's going to lower our budget, unfortunately, but I think this is the right time to make our move during peace because of the treaty, which everyone has to adhere to. I think let's do it. I think we're gonna do it. Oh, heavens to Betsy, that is a low budget. Ooh boy. That is a low budget. I probably should have said let's decrease tensions across the board. I think there's been delays of the Stabman. I think I just saw that, but whatever. Nothing we can do about it. It's still going to take a sizable amount of time for these ships to be built. Like, what is the current... What do they start at? So they're only 34 months. We've knocked 2 months off the original 36-month time frame. At least there's something good happening, right? Well, we can't afford it, but we'll buy it anyway. And now we're going to have to put a lot of our ships on hold. And my typical way of doing this is actually to put the ones that are closest or furthest away from finishing on hold, but I'm going to reverse that a little bit. I'm going to take these 2 in the middle because I want these guys to finish as soon as possible. So I'm going to halt the ones in the middle. We need 1 more. Okay, then I guess I'll halt this one as well. She'll come in pretty late. It's so close. I think I need another one though. Or can we just... Our crew ratings are finally up to good. I don't really want to mess with that. And honestly, we definitely need some more minesweepers. These guys need to be refitted anyways. So let's make a new model of these guys. Yep, all that means that we're definitely going to have to put the Mal 39 on hold for at least a month. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do this while we see it. Okay, actually I'm going to do my refits a little bit later. Oh, this is interesting. So this will lead to tensions with Great Britain, but we're supposed to have a treaty with them. And I want the budget. It worked, so I think that was a right decision. We have a little bit better budget, so... Okay, so we have destroyers. We're really ready to build destroyers. As soon as we have all these battlecruisers moving in, the next thing we're going to get is destroyers. Those take less time to build. So, oh, wow, we're really hitting a power spike. As soon as these battlecruisers finish, we'll probably, in like a year, start building destroyers, and they'll finish right at the same time our battlecruisers do. And our new fleet will be amazingly fast, and it'll have the deadly capability of destroyers with torpedoes. So I'm really looking forward to this. This is really good, really good. 1,500-ton torpedo destroyers, you don't need anything bigger. I'm not even sure if you can get something bigger. Okay, this is not what we're going to choose. This is budget, prestige minus, tension up, or just tension up. Okay, let's hope that there's a diplomatic solution. That worked out well. Down with prestige from 37 to 36, but budget up, and now I feel like we can start resuming. Well, we can resume the construction on maybe these two. Yes. So these two in the middle have to wait a little bit longer. But it's not so bad. And we're going to let those guys stay. I mean, I don't want us to go to war with obsolete ships. Everyone else is doing okay. 1913, 1913. So some of these Vesta classes are getting a little bit on the old. You know, those Vesta classes are probably, it's probably time for them to retire. Let's take a look at this design. Actually, I think we have to open design for rebuild. There it is. Okay. So. I mean, in terms of guns, it's fine. It's got 6-inch guns. The only thing bad about this thing is its machinery. And the fact that it doesn't have torpedo tubes on the surface. Can we add those? No. It doesn't look like you can add surface-mounted torpedoes as a retrofit. It also has that protected cruiser configuration, which is not good either. What's our Rubin look like? I forget. So this is a 6-sided broadside. It has 4 submerged torpedoes. Speed of 26. Yeah, this is a much better light cruiser. Yeah, this is actually a really good light cruiser. I like it. I built it. I should like it, but... Okay, I have to sneeze. Sorry about that. Wait a second. Oh, these guys are the ones who are slow. So their speed should be 27, but for some reason they came off the line slow. Not unexpected from Russian ships, actually. Alright, we need to... These guys are costing too much. I think that's part of the problem. Their maintenance goes up when they're old. So let's do this rebuild first. Very simple. We don't do anything. And get these guys all in. And we're going to build some more of those as well. Now build, yeah, a few more of these. Let's just get another 12. I mean, I think that they're just very helpful to have. They patrol for mines, which is amazing. I mean, you're saving yourself possibly like $100 million ship with a really small investment. Okay, moving on. Oh gosh, the budget. I think we'll do this. Oh, it did go up against... Alright, well, at this point, I think we're going to have to prioritize refitting ships. So let's get these Astafi classes going. So they already have director firing, but we can get this. I don't think there's any other thing we really need to do with these. Part of me really thinks that they should be bulged, which means their final speed is going to be like 17. But, you know, that's horrendous. We don't have quality 1 6-inch guns, which does make a difference for me. In my opinion, if you have quality 1 5-inch guns, you'd go with those over the quality 0 6-inch guns. So the gun data, these have 12,200, but quality, these have, yeah, so they actually have a higher range. Of course, worse penetration, and they do worse damage per hit, so 534 versus 641. 534, 631. But those are all going to penetrate light cruisers at 8,000 or less. So, I mean, you can see even the 6-inch gun, 2.5. What is... Yeah, this doesn't penetrate cruiser armor at 12,000 though. That is an interesting point. I wish we had increased elevation too. But anyway, let me cancel that because we don't actually want to give them that poor weapons. We just want this, which, ow, gosh, that is as expensive as just replacing the whole darn thing. Okay, I think we shouldn't do it then. Not yet. Yeah, I think we shouldn't do it quite yet. These have quality -1 13-inch guns. We don't have the upgrade to that, do we? No. Still, this is a massive broadside. These Refazon class have nothing has happened with them. They've just been doing nothing. They haven't been involved in a war yet. Which, like I said, was the point. We wanted to try to hold on to this tenuous piece for as long as possible to give us that power spike with our, I think, our really well-equipped battlecruisers. But we're going to have to do something about these Flora classes. I just don't think they're long for this world. No, Flora classes are fine, Vesta classes. I think I'm going to move all of them, actually. Yes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to move all of them to Northeast Asia for now, because I don't think they will survive in any battle in Europe. So we'll just move them all over there. Who else is in Northeast Asia? I have 3 battleships and a whole bunch of Floras and Vestas. Let's get the Floras out of there, move them back to Northern Europe. Yeah, I like that decision. Because the Floras are going to be still good at raiding, supposedly. We can move them. They have long range. We've gotten increased endurance from technology. So, lots of good stuff there. Well, we don't really have the money for it, but we're going to do it anyways because increase in shell damage. I know it's HE, but hey, that's going to help us sink those destroyers. Hopefully just that little bit faster. Okay, so we're going to get a bunch of these guys. Okay, we are able to look at the Fuso Dreadnought. Interesting. Quite an interesting design. And not a poor one. In fact, actually, I forgot that we're in the treaty stage. For a treaty ship, this is really good. This is really good for a treaty ship. I mean, the firepower it has still is really potent. Remember, we can only build up to 12-inch guns, so they were restricted to that. Yeah, actually, let's just take a quick peek at what everyone's building right now. So we have our battle cruisers, which haven't seen the light of day yet, but we know what they look like. 10, 11-inch guns. All the main firepower we saw in the other one was sacrificed so that we can get 28 knots. But this thing is extremely weak in terms of armor. Remember, this thing is not meant to fight other capital ships. It's purely meant to hunt down and sink everything except for capital ships. Okay, let's see what Germany's up to. So the treaty came in at what, like 1912 or so? Yeah, we know that because 1913 even, they were still building, wow, 30,000 ton ships. So these have 10 14-inch guns. Very similar to my design, right? This is probably what they were copying my design that I had at the time. 18 5-inch guns. This is a great ship. Very solid. Otherwise, do we know what theirs looks like? I guess we don't know what any of the treaty ships look like quite yet. Yeah, all the treaty ships are under construction. But the treaty is going to hurt the Americans and the British the most. Yeah, I mean, the Royal Sovereign, I mean, these are going to be terrible ships. Before that, they built The Goliath, yeah. So what the AI does is it mimics your design. This, I mean, it's a little unfortunate because when you have a genius idea, everyone else has the same genius idea. But that's kind of how things go in the world, right? It's very hard to keep a design secret. Oh boy. We should avoid stoking the fires of war. Absolutely. We're just one tick away from war with France. And there it is. That was helpful. Yeah, I mean, I like the battleships because they have low maintenance and there's still going to be a power projection. It would be even better, though, if we could find a new dreadnought with better armament. I mean, because our new design, our new technology that's available to us, the all-or-nothing armor, all these advantages, all the machinery savings, the hull savings, none of those things are reflected in this old battleship design. So in some sense, it's probably better to even design a new 15,000-ton power projection dreadnought than to keep these guys around. Unfortunately, it still costs a ton to build them and not that much to maintain. You know, it's like 10 times the cost to actually build these. We don't have the budget for that yet. Although that's like, it's like the right thought is to try to get a better... I'm just thinking of like a forced projection type dreadnought. Seeing that Fuso class Japanese dreadnought made me think that we probably would be really well served getting a forced projection dreadnought ourselves. Which the treaty limitation, basically that's the only thing it allows, is a forced projection type ship. So we still have 2 on hold. I forgot about that. That's not good. We should be doing nothing except for waiting for funds to free those up. Alright, China. Well, I want to take the Chinese lands. I'm going to do it. I don't think it'll bring us to war. Oh, it did bring up France, though, and nothing happened. So that was not a good decision in the end, because we didn't gain anything from it. Yeah. Oh boy. Well, I don't like our position right now. I really don't. I really, really don't. Because we could go to war at France. Any turn could just... something could just be set off and we're at war. Let's cut intel with France altogether just to try to safeguard it. Oh man. Well, I wanted... it's an armor upgrade, so... that is very useful. Oh, increased elevation. Okay, now we can start upgrading things, because increased elevation is really significant. So, let's go ahead and do this for our... we'll get our first dreadnought upgrade. I really wish we could get 13 quality 0 13-inch guns, but we can get the increased elevation. So we look at the gun data, 19.4 with increased elevation, 21.3. And remember that the max range has an impact on the accuracy at any range. And these guns, man, they can penetrate 8 inches from 20. So they're just going to be destroying anything but other dreadnoughts from whatever range. And we have director firing. By the way, is everyone under director firing? These guys are director, that's good. These guys are under director. I'm like a little bit hesitant to do the upgrades. I keep wanting to wait. One, we're not sure when we're going to war. I'm so glad we waited. So now we can do an upgrade with secondary director firing. That's actually really important because these ships can now get this, and with 22 6-inch guns and secondary, that's really important. Director, increased elevation. So this is the new design. It shouldn't take that much. Just 4 months, very low budget. In fact, the maintenance is more right now than it will be when they're, getting the guns tweaked. Okay, well, let's do it. I really wish we hadn't given this thing short range, but we've already done it, and there's probably no way we can get that back. So let's just do maybe 3 at a time, just in case. Okay, rebellion has broken out in Tunisia. So that's a French, yeah, that's French. Doesn't mean that they've been overthrown yet, though. Okay, yes. Let us try to do something. So this is bad, right? We don't know if the French Navy has the majority of their heavy ships in active status. This option doesn't do anything at all. If we do this, they may react poorly to it, but there's a chance, I mean, we're really living on the edge, there's a chance that they will reduce. Let's not fret about it, though, because that's a guaranteed not to create war. So the Shikishima Issei class, this is the same ship, basically. It's exactly the same ship. Oh, okay, so we didn't even have this above water torpedo tubes on the light cruiser. That's why when I tried to retrofit the Vesta, nothing happened. What happens if I do it now? Yeah, we can add top mounts. Wow. That's pretty cool. We don't have the space for it, but in principle we could do it. We could lower the ammo. Ammo's pretty high on this thing. Director firing is allowed on our light cruisers now. That's actually important. We probably have to retrofit the Rubens then. But let's start off by doing the Rebizons first. They're 2 months in. Let's go ahead and rebuild these. We'll only be 2 months without any of our dreadnoughts, so hopefully we can just survive that long. France has other things to worry about, right? This rebellion in Tunisia. Alright, well, we are right on the cusp of war. We're trying to write out this treaty as far as possible. We've done a pretty good job so far. Unfortunately, the AI designs are not bad itself, so. But I'm going to call this episode to a close here. So, thanks for watching, and I guess I'll just catch you in the next episode. Until then, take care.